My name is Roberto José Quiñones. I'm a son of the journalist, independent journalist in Cuba, Roberto de Jesús Quiñones. I'm here today in Washington DC, right in front of the Cuban Embassy, to ask for them to release my father, to cancel that unjust trial that they did last week, condemn him to 1 year in jail for being just a journalist, for defending the Cuban people's human rights. I won't stop until they release my father. My father has been persecuted for several years. My family have suffered the Cuban regime oppression, and right now this is a new adjustment that they are doing against my father and against my family one more time.
What condition is your father in?
My father right now is at home. He's waiting for the appeal that he just presented last day, and he's very worried because the trial that they did last week, it was full of lies. It was all prepared by the Cuban regime, by the military in Cuba, which is the one that the security of state that is the one that manage everything in Cuba. So police just lied there, saying that he was hitting them and he was causing troubles in the streets, when everybody knows, everybody that reads the news what happened that day knows that my father was in a trial of two evangelic pastors that were also condemned for teaching their kids at home, not something that is just happening in Cuba. So my father was there in that trial, and he was also hit. He was punished by the police. He was put in the police car, tied with his hands, and he was hit. He had multiple injuries. He had a ear injury. His finger was broken. He had multiple injuries all over his face. And even in that condition, my father is now being condemned to 1 year in prison by the Cuban regime.
Is this the first time that he's been condemned for his opposition activities, or his activities as an independent?
This is not the first time. He had been in jail before for defending the human rights of the people of Cuba while being a lawyer in Cuba back in 1998. After he went out of jail, he has been persecuted. My house has been broken, the doors by the police, and they break in, they take everything that my father used to be a journalist. They take cameras, they take computers, they take the money that he can make by doing his labor. And every once in a while he's being persecuted. They don't even let him visit my grandparents that are sick, healed in another part of the country. They keep my father inside the same state, and they don't even see my parent to visit my grandparents, which is a total violation of the human rights with the Cubans and with my father in specific.